What's up, guys? This is Alex, and welcome to another The Walking Dead Road to Survival video. So, in this video, I'm gonna be explaining you guys about the specialist skills that most of the tunes have. So, let's get right into it. The first specialist skill we're gonna look into at it's the parting shot. It says that if this character is killed by an enemy attack, they will immediately perform a guaranteed critical attack against the enemy. So if you kill them, they will hit you with a critical hit. Some of the tunes that have this ability are Negan, Carl, and Clementine. The Human Shield. While this character is defending, all attacks from human enemies may only target them. So there are two ways to use this ability. You can use it as offensive and defensive. When it's in a defensive way, when you have a human shield tune in your defensive team, when another person is going to raid you, your human shield tune will activate this ability by default, and all of the hits are gonna go to them instead of the other team. Also, when there is a tune, when the team has a tune with human shield, you can attack other tunes, but you will need the focus ability. Tenacity. If these characters' health is above 20% and they take damage that will kill them, their health will be reduced to 19% instead. This is very annoying, and some tunes have it, like Clementine and another little girl, I forgot her name, but when you hit them, they won't die right away, so you're gonna have to apply another hit that's gonna kill them. That's after their health it's below 20%. Collateral damage. This character performs a critical attack on an enemy, they will deal splash damage. So a 50% damage attack to up to two adjacent enemies. And the adjacent enemies do not gain AP from the damage, adrenaline points. This is a very useful ability, and there is actually a level 2, a second collateral damage. It will be shown below. So there is a lifesteal. Lifesteal is when this character performs a critical hit, they will regain 50% of their max health. So something I want to recommend, guys, about these abilities that trigger when you perform a critical hit is that if you have a tune that has one of these abilities that trigger with critical hits, I recommend you to add critical mods, critical chance mods on these tunes, and also weapons that have critical on them, so they can actually trigger these abilities more often. So command. When this character defense, the previous ally to take an action this turn will receive a bonus action. That ally will be unable to act the next turn. So this ability, it's very useful, very good. It has two ways to use it. Just like the human shield, you can use it offensively and defensively. When it's defensively, the command tune will automatically do it. Alright, so let's move on. Neutralize. So when this character attacks the human enemy that has 80% or more adrenaline, that enemy will be impaired for one turn. Impaired characters cannot gain AP or use adrenaline rushes. This is a very annoying and good ability. Neutralize. Execution. When this character attacks an enemy that has 20% HP or less, the enemy will be immediately defeated, killed, wiped out. This is great execution. Some tunes have it, like for example Herschel. The Herschel, strong Herschel that revives has it. It's really good. Retribution. This character is defeated. All of the characters' surviving teammates will immediately receive 25% of their max adrenaline points. So it's really good. It's like it's like the tune saying after they dead, avenge me, and then they give 25% of their max AP to the other teammates. Guardian. When this character performs a critical attack on an enemy, they will apply a protective shield on an ally with the lowest HP. This shield will remain active until it negates one incoming source of damage from another combatant. Maximum one specialist applied shield per turn. So this is just like I was saying with the this is another one of the abilities that trigger when you perform a critical hit. The tunes that have this ability are Rick. There is one Rick that looks like a pirate. He's really good with it. He has it. Another alert Herschel has it. So what I would recommend, just like before, put some critical mods on these tunes and also critical weapons so they can perform these critical attacks and then trigger the abilities. Indomitable. While not stunned, whenever this character takes damage, they gain 30% defense until the start of their next turn, in addition to any existing defense increases, including prior activations of this skill. So yeah, whenever you attack a tune with this ability, they will be getting more and more defense. Lightning Reflexes. When this character is not stunned and is targeted by an adrenaline rush, they will immediately counterattack. Now you may think this is not so good, but let's say that, okay, one of the tunes, the recent tunes that have this ability is Marlon and Rosie, the strong Marlon and Rosie S class that was given in February. So let's say that you're going to attack Marlon with Krista with her adrenaline rush, right? Marlon is not stunned, is not normalized, and Krista has, let's say, 5% of HP, 5% of health. She's about to die, and she's the only tune remaining that you have. And the only tune remaining on the other team, it's Marlon. If you use your adrenaline rush to kill him, and then the lightning reflexes trigger, he's going to kill Krista in one blow, and you're gonna lose. So it's very defensive. It's good. It doesn't work. It doesn't kill all the time. The tune that attacks your lightning reflex character, but it's useful. Now let's move on with Hemorrhage. When this specialist lands a critical hit on an enemy, that enemy suffers extreme bleeding with increases every turn, 150 bleed damage per turn. So it's just like the other ones, you know. When you have a hemorrhage tune, please add critical to their ability so they can trigger this special skill. Confounding, the same. It triggers when you perform a critical, and confused characters cannot use their rushes or active skills, and they have a chance to attack a random teammate. So that's really good for defense. Decapitate. When you kill an enemy with a tune that has the decapitate special skill, they when they kill that tune, the tune that they kill will not be able to revive. Evasion. Whenever this character takes damage from an attack or rush, they will reduce the amount based on their current AP. Adrenaline points, it's really good for defense. Cutthroat. Whenever this character deals damage to a fighter that is under the effect of a debilitating status, for example, minus attack, minus defense, or so on, they will deal 50% extra damage. Hold the line. For every dead teammate, these specialists receive 25% defense and 25% attack, in addition to any existing attack or defense increases, including prior activations of this skill. I've never had a hold the line tune, but I've seen them. I've seen some of them. Waste not. The first time I saw this specialist skill, I was amazed. I was like, what's going on? Why is Krista killing two tunes at the same time? What's going on? So yeah, that's what happens when you have a waste not tune and it kills one enemy. The remaining damage that was going to be applied to that enemy is divided, and it's then applied to an adjacent enemy or target, because it can only be used with zombies. It's really good. Outlast. This basically is when this specialist is defeated, their death is delayed for one turn, during which they may still take an action, and they receive 100% AP. So it's like, it's really good. When you kill an enemy with this ability, they will be able to trigger. Depends. If they die impaired, they won't do it. But if they are not impaired, they will trigger their adrenaline rush and do some damage before they leave. So these are the upgraded abilities. There's Guardian level 2. So when this character performs a critical attack on an enemy, they will apply a damage negating shield on 2 allies. This is 2 allies instead of only 1. The shield will remain active until it negates one common source of damage from another combatant. So maximum 2 specialists applied shields per turn. So it's basically the ability but upgraded. Guardian shields 2 tunes. Retribution gives 50% of max AP. Collateral damage 2. When this character performs a critical hit, deals splash damage for 100% and does not gain, the enemies do not gain AP from the damage. Disarming. This is useful when you have a tune that has a dirt ability in their weapon. For example, you are going against an enemy team that has either a Lee or a Magna, and they are human shield, right? Their weapon has a third slot. The third slot on their weapon is a better chance to stun the enemy when being attacked, right? So you have a chance to get stunned when you attack them, right? And that's actually the only tune you can attack if you don't have a focus tune. So what this disarming does is, if you disarm Lee or Magna, you can attack them freely and they will not stun you. It's really good. So Berserker, whenever this character takes damage, they gain 20% attack until the end of their next turn, in addition to any existing attack increases, including prior activations of this skill. This is very good, but I will suggest that if you have tune with Berserker, most of the time they also have taunt, so they're gonna attract enemies to attack them. So what I suggest is you to add HP and defense mods and maybe modifications in their weapons so they can resist all the attacks from the tunes that they are going to taunt. So more abilities, more skills. Lacerate Err. This character attacks a character suffering from bleeding. The damage of that bleeding effect is doubled. It's really good. I love Lacerate Err. They are really good for bleeding teams. On a roll, when this character attacks increases by 20% at the start of each turn after the first, up to max of 120 after 6 turns. Bonus resets if killed, stunned, or impaired. Firestarter, when this character attacks a character suffering from burning, an adjacent target will be affected with a copy of that burning effect. That's awesome. Vitality, at the beginning of each turn, the specialist regains health based on the amount of unspent adrenaline it has. Follow up, once per turn, when this specialist kills an enemy with an attack or adrenaline rush, they will receive a bonus action. Manic, every turn if this character is at or below 75% HP, this character gains 50% AP adrenaline points at the start of their turn. Beheading, it's basically decapitation and blood and execution together. So if the enemy has 20% HP or less, they will kill them immediately and also decapitate them so they cannot be revived. It's pretty good. Overheal, if this character were to be healed over 100% HP, this character gains bonus HP equal to 50% of the amount healed over 100% HP. Dexterity, this is very annoying. Kapoor has it. So it's basically Evasion and Tenacity combined. Payback, this is very annoying. When you attack an enemy that has this ability with an adrenaline rush and they die from that adrenaline rush, they will actually kill up to 2 enemies. They will deal that same damage back to the attacker and up to 2 additional enemies. So normally they kill 3 of your tunes if you attack them with a rush. So Bite, this character stores the damage it takes from attacks, active abilities, and rushes. After reaching 2000 stored damage, they will trigger this Bite and deal 150% of the stored damage to one enemy immediately. Headhunter, if this character performs a critical hit on an enemy, the enemy gets crosshairs for 3 turns. Crosshairs is that if you apply crosshairs to an enemy and that enemy gets killed, they will be decapitated and they will not be able to revive. And Bloodthirst, it's basically Headhunter and Lacerate Err together. So whenever this character attacks a character suffering from bleeding, the damage of that bleeding effect is double, just like Lacerate Err, and target can be doubled once per turn. If this character performs a critical hit on an enemy, the enemy gets crosshairs for 3 turns. So remember guys, just like I said, whenever you get a tune with an ability that triggers with a critical hit, apply credit to that tune so the ability triggers over and over again. And that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please leave a like and comment on which topic would you like me to talk about in the next video, and please subscribe for more The Walking Dead Road to Survival content. Peace.